Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to my channel. And now it's the month of October. It's horrifying movie month this month. Now we're getting to all the horror movies that I didn't get to review last year and in the past couple years. I did review this movie a long time ago, but it did it in such poor quality. It wasn't in HD. So this time I'm re-reviewing it in HD, so you guys will know what I'm talking about. It's a 1998 sci-fi horror movie from the Kyoto brothers. These are the guys from the 80s that did a lot of special effects, and I really wish that they had done more, like the Wachowskis or the Russos. But this is the killer clowns from outer space. In space, no one can eat ice cream. Yeah, this movie is basically a parody of the 50s movies, sci-fi movies, but with clowns instead of just aliens that come to Earth and destroy shit. These clowns are more menacing because these are clowns. Some people are afraid of clowns; they're to death. I've never been afraid of clowns. And since Joker's coming out in a couple days, I wanted to review a horror movie with a clown. So these are the Killer Clowns with a K. And yeah, there's nobody really well known in the movie. The only actor I've recognized in this movie is John Vernon. He was the villain in the main Crater, the villain in Ernest Goes to Camp. That's what I remember him from. Because most of the other actors are just a bunch of unknowns. You have Grant Kramer, who's the main guy. You got Susan Snyder. She's the lead girl right there in the front. John Allen Nelson, and then of course John Vernon. So basically, yeah, the film is about a clan of evil aliens from an unknown region because we don't know where they're from, who are assemble, who all assemble resemble circus clowns. I haven't slept in a while, guys, so bear with me. They arrive on Earth and invade a small town in order to capture, kill, and harvest the human inhabitants to use as sustenance. And basically, they come in like this spaceship that looks like a giant circus tent, and it's very creative. This is one of the most creative horror movies from the 80s that I've ever seen because the Kyotos have a lot of color. They don't have a big budget. The movie costs $1 million, guys. This movie costs nothing compared to a budget nowadays. A movie can cost almost a $500 million in the marketing and with the special effects. This costs $1.8 million, and it has more imagination than half of the sci-fi movies we got in this decade. Easily. Easily. This is better than Independence Day Resurgence. This is better than Valerian and the was a City of a Thousand Planets. It's better than freaking the first Avatar movie, which was boring, had amazing effects, but it didn't have any creativity. And I'd rather watch this than any of the KK Wars movies. Any of these movies that steal this name and use it for their benefit, yeah, that's not for me. This is way better. It's 88 minutes long. It goes by real quick. It's not 2.5 hours. And I love the practical effects in the film. It has rubber suits for the clowns, and they look really colorful but really creepy. And they shoot people with these little blasters that turns them into cotton candy. Yeah, they turn into cotton candy cocoons and they suck their blood from it. See, this is a PG-13 movie, but this is before Hollywood made half of the horror movies like The Nun and the Annabelle movies and all that PG-13. Here, this was a hard PG-13 for the time. It does have gore a little bit. It has some blood in it. There's a scene where there's a little clown. He has these boxing gloves, and this biker's like, "Oh, what? You're gonna knock my block off?" And literally, he gives him a Shoryuken into his chin, and his head comes off. That's what Jason Voorhees did in Friday the 13th Part 8. And yeah, it's pretty gruesome. And there's a scene where one of the clowns is doing shadow puppets and with these old people, and other people watching it, and it turns into a dinosaur, and it's like, and he eats them. And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty dark. It's more, it's darker than people think, and it's not just because it's got clowns in it, but it has a sense of humor, but in a dark way. And it was a predecessor to the '89 Joker in Batman 1989, and the Dark Knight and It, because this was before It. So if people say Pennywise was the first R-rated clown, no, wrong. Well, this is not R, but this is a clown in the horror genre before Pennywise in the original and the remake. So, and clowns are big now because It Chapter 2 just came out. Joker's coming out this weekend, and I want to see it. And these clowns look awesome. Not all of the pictures are here. But let me read the rest. The film got positive reviews and has a cult following, which is good. It was in develop. A sequel has been in developmental hell for a long time. I know, and I want to see a sequel, but I don't want shitty CGI. I don't want the clowns to look like shit. I want them to be people in suits. They could look different. Just make it have the spirit of the original. See, it says Stephen Kyoto had stated that he hopes to produce a series of films with a total of 4 installments or a TV series based on the film. That would be nice. The Sci Fi Channel announced on October 22nd, 2018, that was about a year ago, that it's in talks to purchase the rights to the film in order to produce a sequel. Please don't fuck this up, guys. This movie is amazing, has amazing practical effects, it's got a lot of imagination. Yeah, the cast and the dialogue is kind of silly. There's like, oh, this place looks like Clowns R Us. And I'm like, it's got a stupid sense of humor sometimes, but it's like a 50s monster movie. It makes me smile. And John Vernon as the sergeant, Curtis Mooney. He says he says the title of the movie. He's like, "Holy shit, killer clowns from outer space!" And there's another scene where he gives the f bomb to one of these guys. It's like, "So fuck you!" And I'm like, yeah, that was kind of funny because it's the only f bomb in the movie. And there's some likable characters. I think the Terenzi brothers, the two Italian guys that ride an ice cream truck, they're very likable. They're very fun characters. Charles Kyoto did the Jojo the Clownzilla. That's the giant clown at the end of the movie that has a big red nose, and it looks really good. Like it's just the imagination in here is very very good. And a 77%, it says here, Killer Clowns from Outer Space's title promises darkly goofy fun, indeed. And more often than not, the movie delivers. It does. There's no CGI in this movie. It's all practical. The clowns look great. The main characters are a little flat, but they're not the worst. They're better than Edward and Bella easily. I buy them a lot more. Like I said, the soundtrack is really cool. I like the score of the movie. The cinematography is pretty good for an '80s film. And Leonard Maltin gave the movie a bomb, but it's not a bomb. He gave later on he gave it 2.5 stars out of 4. Vividly designed with cheeky humor, plays it premise to hilt all circus-based touched. Yeah, and it's if you hate clowns, then this movie's gonna scare the hell out of you just because of the clowns alone. But I do like the film for what it is. It's a really imaginative film. I almost watch it every single year because it's a classic, cult classic from the '80s. And like I said, it's not too long, and it has a lot of it really has a lot of charm, and that's what I want from horror. Is it scary? If you're scared of clowns, then yes, it is. But since I'm not, I'm like, no, it's very fun and imaginative, and I really do enjoy this for what it is. And I really want to. I hope the sequel does get made, but it's in the same vein as this. Don't make it a shitty sequel, please. Also, yeah, this is another reason why the sequel's gotten delayed so much. This is done by MGM, yeah, Midnight Movies. It says here, let me read it, and I quote: In August 2019, after the acquisition of the 21st Century Fox by Disney, it was revealed that Fox intended on developing the sequel. But Disney had canceled it along with 200 other projects and previously stated the sequel was going to be titled Return of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space in 3D. Well, you don't need 3D anymore because it's useless now. But if it does get made, or if there's a TV series, please do it right. Because this movie is amazing for the budget they had. And, like I said, it's got a lot of imagination, more than half of the movies this year in this decade, throughout this decade, since 2010. And if you've never seen this movie, watch it. It's worth your time. It's a lot of fun. And before you see Joker, I would recommend this. Because I saw this after I saw The Dark Knight in the theater. And I'm like, clowns are freaking awesome. Yes, they can be scary to some people. For me, I think they're artists with makeup on and colorful wigs and big shoes and red noses and crazy laughs. And there's a charm to it. There's an art. It started in France with the mimes that do like this and do like this. It's an art form, and I like that. It's a performing arts, and I'm a performing artist, so yeah, I do like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's a re-review of this movie. It's awesome. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's highly recommended this Halloween, and it has a lot of charm that'll keep you interested, and it's not very long, so it won't cost you a lot of time. But thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'm a little tired, but I'm glad I'm re-reviewing this movie again. I gotta watch it again. It's been such a long time, and I hope the sequel does get made. Disney, you better not mess this up if you get your hands on it. Uh, And the DVD has a lot of features. Here, look at that. If I ever get the Blu-ray, I think Shout Factory will release a Blu-ray. I don't know if the special features are the same or not, but I'm happy with this DVD because I got it for real cheap, and it's a fun movie, and it still holds up. Even over 30 years later, it still puts a smile on my face when it's over. And I wish I could have gotten a sequel, but who knows? Maybe it'll be in the cards in the next decade because there's a lot of potential next year. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and have a safe Halloween in a few weeks. My next video will be tomorrow, and then my Comic Con video haul, and then we continue with the horrifying movie month for the month of October. Thanks for watching, guys.